Hello students, welcome to my educational channel Easy Ed. Now continuing with chapter 2 of your NCRT, after Kingdom Fungi, NCRT has discussed Kingdom Plantae and Animalia in short. Remember 5 kingdom classification of Whittaker? Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae and Animalia. Monera, Protista and Fungi we have studied. Now Plantae and Animalia have to be studied as separate chapters further in your book, respectively 3 and 4. But here in chapter 2, they are discussed in short. So we also will discuss here both these kingdoms in short. So first we'll take Kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae, general characters. Now Kingdom Plantae includes all eukaryotic chlorophyll containing organisms, which are commonly called as plants. Okay, plants which we commonly call them. Which kind of organisms are they? All are eukaryotic and all are chlorophyll containing. So all eukaryotic and chlorophyll containing organisms which are commonly called as plants are included under Kingdom Plantae. Now coming to the mode of nutrition of plants. You all know plants are autotrophic in nature. They prepare their own food. Just now we have studied they are chlorophyll containing. This pigment chlorophyll helps them to prepare their food, and so they are autotrophic in nature. So mostly maximum of the plants are autotrophic in nature. Almost all the members of Plantae are autotrophic in nature. But as I told you, biology is the science of exceptions. Exceptions are everywhere. So here also there are some members, very few members, which are partially heterotrophic. Some members, very few members in plants, are partially heterotrophic. And which kind of nutrition they exhibit? Very few are there. So some of them are insectivorous. You might have studied about them in smaller classes about insectivorous plants and parasitic plants. So, among the very few members in plants which are partially heterotropics, there are of two kinds, insectivorous and parasitic plants. You can also find insectivorous plants as well as parasitic plants. Examples are bladderwort, Venus flytrap. Both are insectivorous plants. You may also have heard or studied about pitcher plant. Pitcher plant is also insectivorous plant. And then there is a plant which is parasite, which is parasitic in nature, which lives on a host. An example is Cuscuta. So, except very few members, most of the members are autotrophic. They contain chlorophyll and prepare their own food in presence of sunlight. Now coming to the cell wall. Cell wall of plants are made of cellulose. Remember the characteristic feature among various organisms in various kingdoms. We also have studied further that cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin, and cell wall of plants, it is made up of cellulose. All these are specific characters and have to be learned very well, as these are asked in questions in your board as well as NEET. So composition of cell wall. What is cell wall made up of? You have to learn this all. Now plants include which type of organisms, which type of plants you know? You might not be knowing that there are various classes in plants. So Kingdom Plantae has been divided into some classes, and they include algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. Okay, so these are the classes of Kingdom Plantae. They include algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperms. All these we have to study further in chapter 3. We will study in next chapter. Here only just shortly you have to know the names of these classes. Now one important characteristic, a new characteristic for you till now, is alternation of generation. Plants show alternation of generation. Now what is this alternation of generation? Again a new terminology and you have to understand it well and remember it. What happens? Life cycle of plants has two distinct phases. Two distinct phases. One is diploid and other is haploid. Diploid stage is sporophytic stage and haploid stage is gametophytic stage. Now, diploid, haploid, you may be knowing by now that number of chromosomes. Okay, single set of chromosomes is called as haploid and is denoted by small n. And diploid condition is a set of chromosome is present in pair, that is 2n, that is diploid condition. So in the life cycle, as now we are studying advanced organisms, they have advanced features in them. So in the life cycle of plants, two phases are present. One is haploid phase and other is diploid phase. Haploid is gametophytic, means the gametes produced are haploid in nature, have a single set of chromosomes, and you know as a result of sexual reproduction these gametes fuse together, so n and n fuse to form 2n. This condition becomes diploid, and thus the sporophytic condition means the whole plant body then grows into in diploid condition. Gametes are haploid and the whole mature adult plant body is diploid. So these two phases, they alternate with each other in the life cycle. Means gametes are produced, they fuse together, form the sporophyte which is diploid in condition. The sporophyte on maturity produces gametes, so this will produce gametes which are haploid in nature. So diploid and haploid phases alternate with each other, and this is known as alternation of generation. We will study in these all plant groups further, but here you have to understand this alternation of generation. Now what happens? The length, that means the duration of these phases, means how long will be the haploid phase, how long will be the diploid phase. The duration of these phases means the length of the phases, these two phases, and their dependency on each other. Means whether they are independent of each other or they are dependent on each other. Their duration and dependency on each other varies among different groups of plants. Okay, for each group we will study further. Now for here you have to understand this, what alternation of generation, two phases, sporophytic, gametophytic, they alternate with each other, and the duration and their dependency varies among different groups of plants. So next we will discuss Kingdom Animalia, general characteristics. Again, commonly we call them as animals. And which kind of organisms are they? They are all heterotrophic eukaryotic organisms. We have studied in Whittaker's classification that except Monera, all the kingdoms are eukaryotic in nature. Monera is prokaryotic. From Protista, you will find eukaryotic organisms, and as you are advancing, you will find complexity in the structure, behavior, and physiology of the organisms. So, kingdom Animalia includes all the organisms which are eukaryotic and heterotrophic in nature. You all know animals cannot produce their food, they depend on other organisms, plants, or animals for food. So, this kind of nutrition is heterotrophic. All the animals are heterotrophic in nature, they are multicellular. Body organization is made up of many cells. You will study now that cells form tissue, tissue forms organ, organ forms organ system. So these are all multicellular. And some of them directly eat plants, some of them eat smaller animals. Those smaller animals are herbivores. So we can say that these animals directly or indirectly depend on plants for their food. And which kind of nutrition is there? They are heterotrophic, but now in heterotrophic also there are different modes of nutrition. That is, they are holozoic. What is holozoic mode of nutrition? Holozoic mode of nutrition includes ingestion of food particles. Ingestion means taking in of food as a whole. So, holozoic mode of nutrition is exhibited by kingdom Animalia, means they ingest their food, they take their food as a whole. In animals, in kingdom Animalia, food is digested in internal cavity. See the advancement of characters. What is that? Mode of nutrition is holozoic. It will ingest its food. Animals ingest their food. And so this food needs to be digested. So where it is digested? Food is digested in the internal cavity, means a cavity inside the body. Okay? And food is reserved in animals. Reserved how? It is stored in the form of glycogen or fat. See advancement of characters. Food reserves are found in animals stored as glycogen or fat. Okay? And one thing about this cell wall. Animals lack cell wall. Animals cell do not have cell wall. Okay. Plants have cell wall, but animals do not have cell wall. The cells of animals means animal cells do not have cell wall. Remember it, a demarcating character among plants and animals. All this we are going to discuss further. Okay. Now, another character. The animals show a definite growth pattern. You all might be knowing a small baby is there, it grows into adult. Okay. So there is a definite growth pattern in the members of kingdom Animalia, and they have a definite shape and size. Higher forms show elaborate sensory and neuromotor mechanism, means higher organisms in kingdom Animalia, they have well developed sensory and neuromotor mechanism, means organs or system responsible for sensation and nervous control. Okay, you all know they are capable of locomotion. Animals are able to move from one place to another. They are capable of locomotion, and as I told you, always exceptions are there. Very few are there which are sedentary. Okay. Now, sexual reproduction in animals is by copulation of male and female, which is followed by embryological development. Okay, so these were the general characters of kingdom Plantae and Animalia. Both these kingdoms we are going to study next in chapter 3 and 4. Okay, this is for now. Next in our next video. One thing I want to tell you, children, that please go through the videos very carefully. If you will watch my videos till the end, you will find that you will get a well prepared notes in these videos. Whatever characters or whatever explanations I have given here, they are very systematic and they can be used, learned, and written as notes for your exams, for your subjective exams also. So please go through all the videos. Those who have not watched my earlier videos can go to my channel and watch all the videos of chapter 1 and 2 are there, of different kingdoms are there, five kingdom classification is there. Just go through them, because if you will watch the earlier videos, the further videos will be very much understandable. For the better understanding of the further lessons, you have to go through the previous lessons. Okay, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you.